Hi everyone, this is Brandon Giovanni. This is my call to action speech about what to buy a car that gets over 50 miles per gallon. I think this one is pretty obvious, just given the current state of our planet right now. I think it's important that we are all informed about how we can do better and what you can do, along with the benefits, and also looking at the negatives of going all electric or looking at hybrid vehicles. So I plan to inform all you guys about why it's important to look at this and know about this. So the main, our problem is that low mileage cars get, um, they produce a lot of greenhouse gases. They produce a lot of emissions, and again, the greenhouse is those emissions trying to escape our atmosphere, and our atmosphere holds them in, and it becomes it warms up our planet. So this is the global warming effect, and we are recognizing that this is an issue, and this is something that needs to be solved as soon as possible. So now that we've kind of talked about what the issue is, what what is the solution, or what can we do? What can we look at? I think the obvious here is the all electric movement or the hybrid movement. Um, we're lucky enough that we live in a very progressive state that provides a lot of these type of amenities and stuff, just sort of regularly. I think if you go to a state like Nebraska or Wyoming or those type of states, you won't see a charging station. I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to find any kind of station like that. So to me, the most practical solution to this type of problem and to high car emissions is hybrid vehicles. Some of you may not know what a hybrid vehicle is. Um, it's half gas, half electric. So, when you brake, they're pretty cool. They charge themselves when you brake, um, but you can also fill it up with E85, which makes the traveling practicality a lot more real. They uh, they get they get around 50 miles to gallon, a little bit above that sometimes, depending on your make and model. But their average price range, according to CarsDirect.com, is about 25 to 35K brand new. That's that's well above what my mom paid for her 2008 Lexus hybrid, and that thing is very very nice. I'm a big fan of it, and it's real quick. The hybrid engine means that you still get all the electric torque immediately, which means that, I mean, if you're a sedan, you'll beat any truck off the line, just because you have the electric torque, which is it's pretty slick when you're in it. I mean, you feel it. It's an immediate push. Excuse me. I think the way to go with this would be is hybrids. Just because when you're traveling across the country and you don't have enough miles left in your all electric, it's nice to be able to pull off into a shell and go fill up and continue on your adventure, instead of being roadside and having to call roadside assistance and get towed to the nearest charging station, wait X amount of time to charge. It's a lot longer than filling up for gas. I'll tell you that. Um, so I think that would be the better way to go. The future of this, if we don't if we don't change our actions, um, it's pretty obvious. I think our planet is in a real poor state. According to Stephen Hawking's on LE.com, they said that we have about 100 years left until our planet is completely dead. So I mean, this is our grandchildren, when they're in their 50s, not having a planet, which is just crazy to think about. It just a couple generations that this planet could be totally decimated. So I think it's important to look at this and look at how much emissions are our cars putting out and how many vehicles are on the road. And their car emissions take up about 1/5 of the total planet emissions. So if we all make a switch like this, it will move mountains in terms of the pollution, the pollution as a whole. I think looking at this and being aware is probably the biggest thing and the biggest action that you guys can all do. Being aware and looking up where our planet is at, what is our current state, being aware that we only have X amount of time left, and also looking at the solutions and looking at what am I doing now that I can fix and do something about. So like for cars, for instance, the next time you go purchase a car, go look at the hybrids, go look at what they have to offer. Here is a example of a Tesla Model 3. This is the newest Tesla. So here it is. And I'll hand this around. Very nice. This is very nice. And these retail at $32K. Here you go. and so this is not a crazy swap in any terms. Of course, the Tesla is going to be all electric. But this just goes to show where we're starting to get to, and the feasibility is starting to really become a real life thing. And I think it's all important for you guys to be aware. And thanks for coming and listening. I think this is all important for us to be aware about. And yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Bye bye.